I probably should put this down a little further so you can see my workspace and what I'm doing. All right, so maybe I should push this a little further. Let's do it like that. Okay, so I am gonna make bag charms. I made this one, and yeah, so here's one I'm making now. And it's blue leather. It's I don't know what kind of pattern this is. It's like little bubbles. It's not really embossed. It's kind of smooth, so it's like just a bubble print. So what I'm going to do, I actually don't have my templates. Where is? Oh, I don't know where my template piece is. Oh well, I may have to just wing it since I don't see it. Well, that's odd. That is very odd. It's not there. Oh, actually found it. No, that's not it either. No, that's okay. I might have to use that as the template. Oh, actually, you know what? These actually have... Oh, I'm gonna do these instead because those have... I've already punched some of the holes in the leather for those. So I will have to just find my template later. Let's put this one to the side until I find that. That is so odd. I just had that. Okay, either way, here's a red one. So I'm still... The edges of the leather are kind of rough. So what I do, I cut these out on my Cricut. So to kind of clean up the leather, I'm just gonna singe the edges a little bit so that it's clean looking. The edges aren't all crazy looking. This helps clean up those edges of the stray fibers so it's a little smoother and just looks nicer. The finished product will look nicer. All right, so I only punched a hole in the top piece, but I'm going to punch the other holes in here. Now I'm gonna have to take a guess since I can't find my template. So actually, let me line it up. Add this shell to it. So it would need to be about there. So, okay. All right. So we're gonna punch here and here. Okay, hopefully, oh, sorry. I need a wider camera angle so that you could see me. All right. There we go. Okay. All right, that's cute. Get this. These aren't too difficult. They're just time consuming to wire wrap these shells. It's just a little time consuming. And put some leather cement. Oops. All right. Ooh. It's kind of difficult to hold on to this. Oops. So I don't know. I don't have that much to talk about. I wish I should have played some music or something. But I'm kind of new to working with leather. I do all kinds of crafts. But I just started working with leather a few months ago, and it's been very fun and interesting. Little things I can make. So, alrighty. Line this up. This part can sometimes be a little tricky. So, to get lined up just right. Alright. Okay. So it's nicely lined up. Okay. So this is so far, there's still quite a bit to do, but, well, not quite a bit. It just takes a long time to finish the edges, to be careful. All right, get rid of some of this stray stuff. All right, so I'll set this aside and let it dry. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one. I'll do this one. Yeah. Oh, I only have one more flower left. And I've got too much wire. So let's see. I put this. Okay, that looks good. So it would be right there. Actually, let me. Okay. Sorry, I can't engage too much. I get a little distracted when I'm super concentrating, and my eyesight's not so great, so I can't really see what the heck is going on. I can't read anything on the screen. It's so small. So, okay. Oh, that one's good. That's placed nicely. Cut wire. There was quite a bit of time to cut these out. Like I said, I cut these on the Cricut, and it takes a while. Because it's leather, and it has to do between 4 and 6 passes or more, depending on the type of leather and the thickness of the leather that I use. And I've got several different types of leather and thicknesses and colors. So, and sometimes it takes even more than, I think I had to do 8 passes on some really thick leather once, and I said, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be doing these with that leather. They turned out really nice, but I don't know. There's a lot going on. And I have tried to let this glue, this leather cement, get tacky before putting my pieces together. The problem with that is that it's really easy to pull apart. So I have to just put them together while the glue is still nice and wet so that it dries nicely and stays stuck together. Because who wants their bag charm falling apart? Not me. So I don't think that anybody else wants theirs falling apart either. They're so darn cute. I put a little too much glue, but that's okay. This glue leather cement dries clear, but I just don't want to have it be a bubble. So as long as it's smooth, then it's not a huge problem. I just don't want it to be bubbled up. Okay. So there's number 2. I'm going to let this one sit aside and let that cure. Now back to the red one. So we're going to finish punching this hole to the other side. And then have to put a grommet in there. Oh, Oh, actually, sweet. So I've got a special grommet setter for this size grommet. And I have different sizes, so I like to label them so I know which ones go with which grommets. So this is a 2-piece grommet. Stick that in there. And put that on. And I take the anvil. This gets a little tricky with the shells because I don't want to crack the shells and have to start all over again. So I put the anvil there, and then this curved in, and I put it on the edge of the stone and hit it a couple times, and it is set. So there's that. I am not going to, I have to finish the edges before I can put the jump rings on. So I guess you can watch me do that. This is an edge painter. And I have black leather paint. Make sure nothing's on my hands. And actually, be right back. I gotta go get my fabric scissors. All right. So I need to clean this up a little bit. Got some stray edges here. These are so cute. She's got little eyelashes. Be careful there. All right. Now, here we go. The time-consuming fun part. If I don't go slow enough, this makes a huge mess. And I found out the hard way using different colors that I just don't like any of the other colors besides black. So no matter what color charm I make, I always finish the edges with black because I tried finishing a couple of them with the same color, and it just, I don't know, they just didn't look nice. And I had to do the edges all over again with black. They just look much nicer with the black edge paint. And this thing does an okay job, except it can't really get deep into the curves. So then I have to use a detail paintbrush to get into the curves. And I probably need a little more light. Whoops. This little tool is pretty handy. It makes quicker work out of edge detailing. When I first started doing these a couple months ago, I would burnish the edges, and I just didn't like it. So all the ones I did, I was making these for myself and for family members. So the ones I did, I just ended up painting the edges over the burnishing gum because it just, I don't know, it just wasn't right. But yes, gotta be careful. Okay. So, well, I got a little bit on the edge, but I can clean that up with some acetone and condition the leather. All right, put you there. Yeah, this is the tedious part of making these charms. And I was gonna leave the edges unfinished, but I don't like the way they look like that. They don't look polished. And it's not the quality of work that I wanna put out in the world, you know? I wanna put high quality things into the world. And high quality things take time. Oh boy. So. This is the part that takes the longest. Even wrapping I wire wrap these shell flowers. And that takes a little bit of time to do each one of those. But this edge painting process is very tedious. Yep. And I typically put, you know, I go through it once for sure. I paint the edge once, and then after it dries, I check it. And if it needs another coat, then I do another coat. Because I want people to love their charms, and I want them to last and look nice for a long time. Because if they're hanging on your bag and, you know, flopping and banging around, depending on, you know, how you are with carrying your handbag. You know, some of my handbags, I really abuse them. And so when they've got the charms on them, I don't want the charm to just tear up. I need it to be able to withstand being tossed around. And alrighty, this is around her mouth and eyes. So I just started selling these. I have an Etsy store, Etsy shop, and the brand is Jute and Jones. JUTEANDJONES. Jute and Jones. So I don't have very many of them listed because, as you can see, this takes a while to do. I was trying to have some of them completed, a bunch completed, before I started listing them. Like I said, I was making them for gifts and making them for myself. And then people were like, oh my, I want another one. I want to give it as a gift. Like, and so he's like, you should start selling these. And I said, you know, you're right. I should start selling them because I have only so many friends to give them to. So, all right. So, I will set this aside to dry. I can't hold it right, so you can't really see it, but you know, you'll get the gist. It'll be like that. So, let's set this aside. Actually, I just lay it on here, typically. So, I will let that dry. Oh, I do have to paint this one too. I gotta paint the edges on this one too. But, I might as well do it now while I've got the supplies out. I'm just being lazy. Being lazy, trying to quit early. This one is not as difficult because the leather's black, so the edge bleed over won't be as noticeable. So I don't have to be super duper careful. Oh, that's a lot. Yikes. This is a lot of paint. I went a little too deep in there. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not able to engage much and do this at the same time. I'm not good at this kind of multitasking with the detailed work. Maybe once I get a little faster at doing these, it won't be such a big deal. But I did want to come online and show you Oh, some fun things to do, some things to make with leather. All right. And if you just joined, I'm edge painting some bag charms that I made that I will be selling in my Etsy shop. And the Etsy shop is Jute and Jones. Jute and Jones. Jones. So if you are interested in grabbing one for a friend or yourself, so I happened to had a vacation day from work today for some appointments I had to take care of, and after the appointment was over, I ran a couple errands and I said, all right, I am going to sit down and put some of these charms together. But I do need to wrap some more cowrie shell flowers because I only have one more. And it really slows down the process of putting these together when I don't have any flowers. So some of these I make with just, instead of the cowrie shell, I make them with leather flowers as the hair decoration. So those are pretty cute. And I sell them for cheaper because it's not as labor intense to just add the flower, leather flower hair. Those are pretty simple. All right, get in there. All right. So I got a little bit of paint on me from somewhere. All right, so, flip around. So that's that. I'm gonna let this one dry and clean the paint off my tools. And once it's dry, I'll just add the grommet and the jump rings and the O-ring. But it will end up looking just like this, except different colors. So in the back. So super cute. But thanks for joining, guys. I don't know. I'll probably be back on again next time I'm sitting down. Maybe show a different part of the process of making these. But thanks.